I've just picked up a few bits and bobs from The Works. I'm going to show you exactly what I've purchased. If you're on a budget at the moment but you don't want to miss out on art materials and being creative, then I would highly suggest you go down to The Works. They had a really good sale on. All of their premium brand stuff was on sale, half price, and I just thought it was a really good opportunity to show you guys what you can pick up from The Works. First thing that I picked up is this set of 30 colouring pencils. This is their more premium brand, and as you can see they had a Works sale on, £3.50 for 30 pencils. I thought this was incredible value, so I picked those up. I'm curious to see what they're like. They might not be the best pencils, but we don't know until we try them. £3.50, and this is their Boldmere Premium Artist brand. So I'm looking forward to trying out those pencils to see if they blend nicely. Hopefully they won't be too scratchy on the paper, but for £3.50 I thought it was a really good buy. So I've just taken it out of the plastic packaging that was on top, and the tray that it comes in is really flimsy. However, we are going to see what these colouring pencils are like. They're not too bad. They feel a little bit more chalky on the paper than some of the other pencils that I might have. But I would definitely say that they're on par with like the Zenacolor colouring pencils that I purchased from Amazon. They're getting a little bit of an indent when colouring in with them. But for £3, I think that they're pretty decent actually. They feel better than some of the other colouring pencils that I've bought on a budget. So when I had a look at the products you could get from B&M, their colouring pencils that were available, I think these ones are better than those. I'm not saying they're earth-shattering or anything like that, but you know, nice set of colouring pencils. And if you've got a gift or something for somebody that you need to purchase, and you know that they like colouring books, or they're just getting into art, or if you've got a sort of a child that's taking GCSE art, these could be a really good option. This dark orange is sitting on top really nicely. I say I've just noticed the only thing you don't get with these colouring pencils is a white pencil. So if you're looking for a white to sort of blend out or burnish with, you don't get one with this set. So you will need to buy yourself separate white colouring pencils. But let me know if you want to see me do like a full-on drawing using these cheap colouring pencils. So if you haven't got huge amounts of money to spend on art materials, then a set of 30 pencils for £3.50 is an absolute bargain. These are my biggest splurge of the entire haul. I've got a set of 24 alcohol markers, and this cost £7. It was supposed to be 15, but they have got them on sale at the moment for £7, which I thought was really good. You do also get a colourless blender within this set, which I think is really good, because sometimes when you buy alcohol markers you don't always get a colourless blender within the set. So I'm curious again to see what these ones are going to be like in comparison to my other alcohol markers that I have. So I've recently purchased the Ohuhu markers, which I have enjoyed using, but I thought I would give these ones a go to let you guys know whether or not this cheaper brand might be a way to go forward if you are feeling the pinch at the moment and you need a cheaper option. I picked up quite a few paintbrushes from The Works within this haul. I picked up these short-handled brushes, but they're nice wide brushes, and again they are in their premium brand. They were supposed to be £2.50 and I got them for £1.25. So when I tell you to get to The Works, I mean get to The Works, because you can pick yourself up some staples like these paintbrushes that aren't going to cost you a lot of money. There's a 1/2 inch, a 1 inch and a 1.5 inch paintbrush in here, and they are good for oils, acrylics, watercolours and gouache. So really versatile brushes for such a cheap amount of money. Another set of paintbrushes. This time I've got a pack of 10, and this was £1.50 instead of £3. So everything is half off on the premium brand stuff at the moment, which is really good. These are a mixture of round and also flat brushes. So if you're after a few brushes, you're not entirely sure what you need for your project, maybe get yourself a set of 10 like this one here. And these ones are ideal for acrylics and oils, but you can use them for watercolors and gouache as well. So again, really handy brushes just to have for such a small amount of money. I then got this set of brushes, which are longer handled brushes, which will be handy for some of the bigger canvases that I have got planned. And this set comes with a canvas bag as well, so you can keep the long handled brushes stored nicely away. You get a pack of 11 brushes and it costs £3. So for long handled brushes and a canvas bag for £3, I thought that was incredible, and I think these will come in handy when I'm working on some of my larger paintings. I think that they are a mixture of round and flat brushes, but some of these brushes are very large, and I just think that they're going to be incredibly useful for when I'm working on a larger scale. And again, just like the others, these are absolutely perfect with oils, acrylics, gouache and watercolour. So I got myself a set of these paintbrushes. I then bought myself a new paper trimmer or guillotine on a mini scale. This one is much better than the one I currently have because it's got a ruler with the measurements on there, and also it comes on a nice cutting board. The one that I currently have, the blade is really quite blunt on it, and I've had it for quite a long time, and this one just looks a lot more durable. It looks like a much better little paper trimmer, and this was £6, which again I thought was a really good price, because if you go somewhere like Hobbycraft and you're looking for a paper trimmer like this one, you could be spending £20. So I thought this was a good price, £6 for this paper trimmer, and it goes up to 35 centimeters. I mean, cutting mat alone is probably going to cost you £6 elsewhere. I also thought that this cutting mat would be really useful for any prints that I create. So I'm looking at the moment for some high quality scanners and printers to see if I can start making some prints to send out, and I thought this might be quite useful just to trim those until I expand and maybe take it on a little bit more seriously. I thought this one would be a really good way to get started. I also bought these colour detailers, which I thought would be really good for masking fluid and putting masking fluid down in preparation for a watercolour painting. They're just sort of like little rubber ends, so the masking fluid wouldn't stick to them like they would within a paintbrush, and they would completely ruin the paintbrush. These were £1.50 instead of £3. So I just thought that these would be a really useful little tool to have in the studio. And you get 3 different types of detailer. You get a cup chisel, a taper point and an angled chisel. You can also blend charcoals and pastels with them. I also picked up these dual nib pens. You get a broad brush and I think a finer brush, and this is the Crawford and Black brand, so they're slightly cheaper brand, and they'd be really good for manga and creating characters. I picked up the skin tones here in one pack, and then I have got their greys in another. Both of these sets were £3. They don't seem to have any type of deal at the moment on the Crawford and Black products, which it makes sense to just buy the premium, but they don't offer these types of pen in the premium brand. So this is the last of the art materials that I picked up. I have purchased their acrylics and things like that in the past, and if I'm perfectly honest, I was not a fan, and I didn't want to just buy them again for the sake of buying them, because I know that I wouldn't use them, and I just didn't really want to waste my money on a product like that that I knew I wouldn't use. I was quite tempted by some of their canvases. They've got a really good range of canvases in the shop, and I kind of regret not buying some. I might actually nip in and have a look in there another time and buy myself a few cheap canvases, because if you're in the UK, I think that the Works are really good value for their canvases. You can pick up some really big canvases in there, and I think the most expensive one I saw was about £12, and it was enormous. So I kind of regret not buying some of the canvases. The Crawford and Black watercolours look quite sort of basic, so again, I wasn't wasn't really too interested in buying any of those because, again, I didn't want to waste my money on products I knew I wouldn't use. So onto the non-art bits and bobs that I picked up. I only picked up a few things, but I'm going to show you in this haul as part of what I got from The Works, because they do have a huge selection of items in The Works that aren't art related. First one being this 2023 diary. We are a little way into 2023 now. However, I do need a new diary to plan out my videos and things like this. And I thought this was such a pretty looking botanical design. And I really liked the watercolor effect on there, along with some of the shiny gold. And I decided to pick this one up. This will just be a really good way for me to plan out all of my YouTube videos. So if there's anything you want to see in an upcoming video, let me know so I can get planning in my new diary. I'm looking forward to using this and just helping me to get more organised. So this should have been £5 and in the sale it was only £2. Next up, and these two things are kind of within the same vein really, I picked up a manifestation journal which was £4. Recommended retail price £9.99, and I actually have the other book to go along with this one, but I thought it would be nice to have a journal to write in and focus my intentions on and work through this. I really like having a guided journal like this to work in, so I'm looking forward to practicing my manifestation and just having a good look through this book. I think it's such a pretty book. There's some really nice illustrations in here, and I think this will also be really good for mindfulness and just feeling more positive. And then second journal that I picked up was the Morning Manifestation book. Again, very similar to the last one I just showed you, but it's waking up every morning knowing you can achieve your dreams. And I think this will be really nice to fill in the mornings before I go to work, because at the moment I'm feeling work is quite a drain and I need something to refocus my mind on and work through more positive thinking. So this one was £4 as well. So I picked up 2 manifestation journals that I can work through, and I quite like having multiple journals because I can focus on different things in each of them. So that was everything that I picked up from The Works. I was absolutely astounded by the prices in there for their premium brand. When I buy art materials, sometimes it can be really expensive, and especially when I know you guys like to have a haul video to watch, sometimes those can be quite expensive to purchase those art materials. I do always use those art materials, but I know that you guys especially enjoy a haul, so I might end up buying a few more products than I initially intended to. So going in and seeing that they had these amazing offers, I was really pleased about that. So if you have enjoyed today's video, please do give it a big thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Let me know in the comments what types of videos you would like to see in the next few weeks, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.